Evan Fields, thank you for joining us, Evan. And we'll open it up to questions. Use the raise hand function if you have a question for Evan. Trevor, you're our first question.
Hey, Evan, good to see you. Thanks for doing this. Just talking or looking at the defense, obviously the safeties are doing a lot of things this year, and the Tillman, like with what you did last year, it's going to be different. How is the role of the safeties just collectively in terms of responsibilities and what you have to get ready physically for?
Well, we play a lot more. I feel like we play a lot more coverage in space now. And we have to be pretty versatile, and both of us have to kind of be able to do the same thing. And being more vocal, like with us running the traditional defense, the safeties are kind of like the quarterback of the secondary, especially like with getting in all the calls. So we got to be able to communicate, make sure everybody's on the same page and stuff.
Jacob.
Hey, Evan, what's it been like for you to be able to work with Marvin Lewis and kind of get advice from him with everything that you want to do career-wise? How has he been able to, shape what's going on for you and kind of push you closer to your goals?
I feel like it's a blessing that he's here and we're able to get the knowledge that he's has, the experience. I mean, I think he coached the Bengals for 16 years, I believe. So I mean, as far as experience goes, that's as good as you can get. And the opportunity to learn from someone like him is just I never take it for granted, and I try each day to like just soak it up as a sponge.
Jesse?
Hey, Evan, are you aware just of like how great that 2000 Ravens defense was, and just what Lewis did with that defense?
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I remember with you said the Ravens. Yes,
Yeah.
I for sure remember Ray Lewis, Ed Reed, all. Yeah, I mean, arguably it's the best defense ever. I mean, in NFL history. So, like I said, a guy like Marv, he's coached the best, and that's where my goal and a lot of my teammates' goal is to get to that next level and be the best. So I feel like we have the best opportunity to get there with Coach Marv coaching us.
Trevor.
Evan, you really broke out last year and kind of took the starting position when there was the competition at the beginning of the year. Now that you're here in your senior year, and I know that professionally is what you want to get to in the future, what kind of expectations have you just outlined for yourself this year, and how have you looked to meet them in the last couple of months?
Mostly just having that competitive nature, like at all times, it's all about competing, like whether it's like with me competing with myself or against somebody. I just always am trying to like push myself and, always looking for like what I can do better. Even if I like say I have like good practice, there's always like, and most of what's going through my head is like what I can do to get better. And our coaches always harp on like being a pro. So I kind of like just try to take that and I try to make that my philosophy. I try to just do things right, and be try to be more mature than I was last year. I mean, I feel like last year I was kind of starting to get it, but this year I think it's time for me to really like show my full potential.
And if I could just follow up on that, Brandon Ayuk said last year that being a pro and sort of the goals he got from Coach AP were huge in just his development. What kind of goals or things did the coaches set out for you individually?
For me, a lot like to mostly just playing, fast and reacting, and like me knowing like all my keys, like going over just the little details, because like I kind of conquered like the big thing and learned like how to play like on the field. So now it's kind of like just about like the little details that can like excel my game to the next level. So I do a lot of like extra time with Coach Hawk. He's real good with getting us right, and with Coach Marv too as well. He's always like he's always coached me pretty hard, so I appreciate it.
Doug.
Chase Lucas is going to be a 4-year starter, which is pretty rare for a Power 5 school. Can you just tell me what he brings to this defense?
Oh, I mean, he brings speed and athleticism. As far as like his energy, especially this year, you can tell he just his leadership is like it's going through like the whole team, even the young guys. Like he got the young guys. They're looking up to like us, and like they see how we're just always focusing, and like he's a key reason for that too. So as far as him on the field, like we know what he's gonna do. He's played a lot of football, and I think this is gonna be a huge year for Chase.
Jacob.
Evan, as somebody who's about to go into his 4th season at Arizona State, you have been here long enough to have observed a number of different offenses come through the program as a defender who's practiced against it. How do you view Zach Hill's offense as a defender? What do you think it brings to the table in comparison to what you've seen at ASU in the past?
I think it can cause a lot of confusion for defenses, especially if they don't have their eyes right. So everything that we're doing in the offense, it keeps you on your toes, especially the stuff before the play. So it's definitely an offense that's a little bit more, I guess I could say, complicated, but I feel like our guys are really getting a good grasp of it. So I think the other defense is gonna have a tough time dealing with that.
Doug.
This is a question I've asked just about everybody, but going into year 2, just what are the differences you see in Jaden Daniels as a quarterback, either just on the field, in the locker room as a leader? What are the differences you've seen from this season to last season?
Well, one difference I've seen, he definitely, his physique has changed since, our off-season workout. But one thing, like last year I saw, he was always very calm and very poised. So I think he just naturally has that. He's not really, he plays with confidence. So he's done a good job of, like I said, just getting better. I think he doesn't really look at his last season. I think he's just focused on moving forward. So I think he's just getting better every day.
Trevor.
Evan, just sort of focusing in on Coach Hawkins specifically. I know when Chase was talking to us the other day, it seemed like the relationship had gone from sort of like a big brother in the spring to someone who has really honed his craft and shown you guys what he can do as a coach. Just what have you noticed from him as your position coach so far?
Oh, yeah, he's done a great job with, especially from a scheme standpoint and a technique standpoint. He's real, because he played the position not too long ago. He's right up at USC, so he knows what happens out on the field, and the technique that he's been giving us is doing wonders. And it helps a lot to have a DB coach that actually played DBs, because you're getting the perspective, and because he's done this stuff before. So
Jacob.
Just to follow up on my last question real quick, is there an instance that you can recall recently where you kind of caught yourself getting a little bit caught up in what the offense was doing as far as shifts and motions before the snap that got you confused, that maybe you can remember?
Early on when we first started going, but not really lately. I kind of got it now. But early on, especially, I feel like if you haven't, even if you were to watch film and it's different than when you first get on the field and actually see all the shifts and motion and have to react to it. So I feel like for someone playing this offense for the first time is definitely going to have difficulties getting aligned right.